Hey, yo, PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. And here's the disclaimer that says none of these things that I say is financial advice. It's all educational purpose only. Read the disclaimer, please. With that being said, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, everybody. Hope you guys doing okay. I've recorded this once, then I noticed the microphone quality is dog shit, so I switched the microphone to some other microphone. This is still dog shit, but it's better than the other one because the other one was all static. Now, I'm going to talk about what I talked about, and then we're going to continue. Now, obviously, BTC gave us what we wanted last week. I'm sorry, what we wanted yesterday. I've talked about it. I had an arrow right here, something like this. It held, it pushed. So we're in the right track, although I lost $100 only yesterday, and I've been losing 300 for the past week. Uh, I mean, this was all you guys, the referrals that you guys kind of gave it to me. I appreciate anybody who traded on that referral, the Wix referral on the bottom. Unfortunately, I lost it all. And that's why I didn't basically stream yesterday because emotionally I'm not at a good place. Not gonna lie. Anyhow, so what I think for the continuation of BTC, I've drawn the arrows, obviously. So is like we held here, we pushed it. Now we're looking to hold the daily open, which is today. And if you take a look at it, there is a swing here as well. Okay, hold on. There's a swing within a swing. So this is your swing that put us up. It came back to retest it and slowly might want to start to pick it up slowly. Wicky, very wicky wise. We could actually come and retest this area as well over the 1 hour as we could look at around it. This is basically a volume imbalance here for us to grab and then push. So overall, what are we looking at? We're looking for a hold here, which granted, and then we push it here. So now we either hold here and then we push it, okay? Okay, now hold on, or we could wick down, but we have to regain the daily and then push it. Okay, so there's two scenarios for the push. We have to wait and see which one is actually about to play out. Now, my opinion is it's going to hold around the daily, but the wick could happen as well. That's basically BTC. Now, even if you take a look at it on the 4 hour, let me just remove both of these for a second. Even on a 4 hour, you can see we tried to break this, right? And then we did a good recovery, but we didn't break the high. We only made a new high over like the 1 hour, right? Locally from all of this. But there's more confluence. We have a W pattern at the bottom that tells us there's gonna be a pullback and then a push up. Now, the pullback could be around here. Now, keep in mind, this push, I think it happened on Hong Kong, right? So yesterday, New York started here. We dumped it. We pumped it. We didn't do anything. Yep. It started with Sydney. Sydney slowly picked it up. And then Tokyo wicked it. Hong Kong continued it. And now Hong Kong is dropping it as well. So keep that in mind. They're doing both sides. Hong Kong is very nasty. Now, that being said, we can just take a look at the USDT. I've talked about USDT on everything has an arrow because I recorded it before, all right? So I'm just going to re-talk about it. So what do we talk about here is two scenarios. All right, first of all, right now we're at daily open. There's a 4 hour level right here too, all right? What happened is we consolidated around here. We're trying to hold it. We dumped it first. We picked it back up, and then we dumped it again, right? Now we have 3 hours of trying to go up. We're hitting the swing. So if I want to draw a swing here, this is going to be your swing. All right. So the swing is right here. And what's happening right now, we're hitting the swing back. If it gets denied, we're probably going to go through this. All right. And even lower and even lower. Now, if we hold around here, meaning this is what's going to happen. If we go higher, we go above the swing, then we come back and hold the pink line, then yes, we're going to have a change of structure all over the market. Everything's going to dump, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to get denied right here, and we're going to continue to this green parallel channel, and even below it, we're talking about a 539 on the daily. So this doesn't have to happen today, but it could continue to go down. Obviously, when we get around here, I'll find a new level right there. For now, we're good. I've talked about that. Now let's talk about liquidation. Then I come back to the chart and we talk about SPX and NASDAQ and things like that. All right, so liquidation wise, hopefully when I listen to myself, this, the voice and everything is actually fine. Now let's talk about this one first. This is model number 1 on a 48 hours. You can see there is, clusters of liquidity around here, but you could see that there's a big cluster around here, 107, 545. And obviously, price will get drawn to where the liquidity is. Now, if I put this into 3 hours and we give it a couple of seconds to load, again, you could see around 102, which that was the W pattern that I've discussed before. I've just shown you guys the W pattern. And there's a lot of liquidation around this. So once you basically, lose 102, it's over. Now, keep in mind, we do have this big chunk of liquidity from 103, 761 all the way to 104, 482. This is a big chunk of liquidity right here that could be grabbed with a wick down, all right? It's not 100%, but usually it could do something like that. So keep that in mind. If you want a long, I do want a long. I'm still waiting for like a shown of reaction around here that we're gonna go up, or it's gonna continue to come down and wick this area. Now I'll show you guys that area on the chart. If I want to show you guys that area on the chart, it's better to be shown on a 15 minutes, super clear on a 15 minutes. Now you can see right here, right? So we either gonna hit this to hold this, all right, or we could come all the way here and clear everybody here, right? But in that case, I would say then it's consolidating. Right now, I'm telling you, it's building a structure towards upside. But if we come back around 104, then we're consolidating still. We're not going anywhere, all right? That's why I don't think we're going to clear that 104. Even on this, this is 3 days on a model number 3. Even on this, you could see there's a big cluster around there. Not just one cluster, but like cluster on top of each other, like a couple of clusters here ready to be grabbed. Is it going to come there? Is it going to grab it? We don't know, right? But we know that towards upside, all right, with the threshold at 81, there is big chunk of liquidation at 110 all the way to 109, basically from top to below. Now, if I want to show you guys the large orders, which kind of confirms what I just said on the liquidation levels, so take a look at this. This is a ruler, the blue one. Let me just remove the ruler. Remove the ruler. If I could. Never mind. So as you guys could see, towards upside, there's a huge chunk of liquidation ready to be grabbed. This is 4 hour, by the way. Let me go to 1 hour. All right, there you go. I could now remove this so we could just take a look at it clearly. First, towards the downside, we don't have much. Even on that 104 that I talked about, there is a couple of, spot orders, not that much. Look at the upside, all right? Do you see the stacked amount of spot sales around here? This is insane because we know that the price will always go where the liquidity is, and the liquidity right now is towards upside. So 318 on perpetual. On spot, we have 79 million ready to be sold from 106 to 110 cumulatively on Binance only. There's on Coinbase and on other exchanges as well, but this is only on Binance. Now, if I turn this perpetual on, if you take a look at it, you could see how many perpetuals are getting added daily to this, and these are some new perpetuals. So as this spot bag's getting sold, the perpetuals are getting open. This is for big money. Obviously, he knows where he wants to dump 100 million. So when he's about to dump that 100 million, he's going to open it short because that 100 million will get the price to go down. So not only he's making money from the spot, he's making money from that short that he opened at the top. Keep that in mind. So we could see that there's a built up of shorts here. Now there is a little bit around 112 and a little bit around 120 as well, but not as much as around here, at least at this point, at this moment, at this time, right? So we have to wait. But the spot orders, they go all the way to 114. There's 22 million here, 115. At 120, there's another 35 million. And that's basically it. 120 is like the biggest one. Then there's this 120, 25 too, which is 20 million, but not as big as the previous one. Then we have another one at 130, which is only 8 million. I don't think we're going to go to 130. We could if you know the hype is for real, stuff like that. But for now, I would say like we could see a wick to just clear everything in one day and then hold it at the top, play around, or we could just slowly go towards upside, like a very controlled move towards upside, and then grab these liquidities slowly with some wick towards downside to just get all the weak longers out. This is very, very interesting to me to see if we're going to go up or not. Now, on the liquidation map itself, take a look at it on Binance. You can see that there's a lot of 100 X's around 103, right? 103, 900, 104. So clearing this area could be a potential, but like I said, 104, where there's a lot of big liquidation, we could just wick there and then come back. Less likely, in my opinion. We have to wait and see what the price action dictates for us. But towards upside, 107, 108 is where we're gonna go and basically clear these liquidities. You can see 431 million cumulative liquidation at 10800. I'm sorry, at 100,000. I'm kind of having a brain error right now. I can read numbers, okay? And towards downside around 103, 778, we have 600, 700 million to be grabbed on there. But cumulatively on 3 exchanges, $108,000 is going to be 1.29 billion. I was kind of giving up on that number. Around 103 is 2 billion. So we have more towards downside. But keep in mind, as we're going to go up, a lot of these liquidations are going to disappear because people are going to close their position, or at least most of their position. All right, now on the news, I've talked about it yesterday, but we're going to talk about it every day. There's nothing important until Thursday. All right, until Thursday, nothing important. Then you got Euro, and then you're going to get USD unemployment claims, PMI unemployment claims, very important for the market. So with that being said, guys, now we know everything. Right now we know where it wants to go, where it might go, and where it might not go. Let's just jump into SPX and NASDAQ quickly. Exactly the same amount of time that I spent on the first video. So at 12 minutes, I go into NASDAQ, and there we go. So NASDAQ, as you guys can see, I've drawn everything. Over the 4 hour, all right, you're between two range. Now, the good thing is you're above the high. So if you hold the high of the range as it's trying to do, it could slowly pick it back up to push it higher and go for that all-time high. This could be just a liquidity grab, exit liquidity grab. I really don't know what's with the market, but for now, I know that everything's just going up, man. Like, that's it, right? Now, that's 4 hour. If you take a look at it on the 1 hour, you could see that is basically dumped it and then slowly struggling around here. It wants to hold this 4 hour. Once we hold this 4 hour, and then we could push it up. But we do have to go above the daily open too, which we're dumped it from. Now, losing this 4 hour is that is it. So you lose the 4 hour, you retest it, and you get rejected. When you get rejected at the top, then you're gonna go for this green line, probably a new low. Now it's gonna happen over today. I mean, it really depends on what's going on with the market and, the big money. SPX at the same time is doing the same thing. As you guys could see here, it did push up. It's trying to hold this sell side liquidity, which is coming from this area, which we try to actually hold it here. We failed. This is a swing, by the way. And we try to hold it here. We failed. So we got two swings in the same area. This is actually a big liquid area. That's why we're probably consolidating around it. Now, what we need to do, we need to hold the high of this liquid area to push it higher. And now once we do that, I think we're probably going to go for that 6,000. Once we gain that 6,000, then there's nothing else holding us to go for that all-time high. Now, in my opinion, this could be just an exit liquidity grab before the market really has a crash. if it wants to happen. But we'll have to see. This is like just a random opinion that just came to my mind. But we lose a daily and then we retest it, we get rejected. That's it. You're gonna go down. It's probably gonna go down lower than this. Because if you take a look at it on the daily, there is a couple of gaps that you have to fill. This gap, this big daily gap, this gap has been filled already, so we're going to remove it. And there's another gap that needs to be filled right here, and this gap has been filled already. We're going to remove that too. So these two gaps needs to be filled. They're all towards downside, especially this big gap, which shows like there was a huge buy pressure that got us up like this. Let's take a look at ES1 quickly. How's it doing? Still lingering around the same price as yesterday, so nothing really changed there. And last but not least, Dixie. We've talked about it. Dixie looking to hit this area again, 98. For the first time in I don't know when, we tried to gain that 101 at Monday, basically last week, I think. We tried to gain that 101, but we slowly came back down. Now, this is on daily, by the way. If you want to go anywhere on Dixie, we have to gain basically 101 or 100.991. All right, if you want to be exact and precise. So once you gain this area, you push it higher, and then you gain it. You can push it for the 104 or the area, the swing area that you dumped it from. There's two swing area on the daily. This is one of them. So we take it from here to there. And if you lose this daily, which is 100.197, then you're probably going to push it all the way down to 98, 99 one more time where I have this range here. With that being said, I think we covered everything in a very nice fashion. I think today something that I'm paying attention is Pendle. C, I'm paying attention to C after it just holds this 4 hour. I'm paying attention to Pendle. I'm paying attention to basically Doge. Doge has it in it. All I need to do, so we retested this. I needed to regain this so I could long it. Something else that I'm looking for is WorldCoin. WorldCoin looks promising. And the other thing that I'm looking for is Cake. The Cake has it in it for a pop. So what it's trying to do is trying to hold this 4 hour. Once we hold that 4 hour, it is good for a pop. On the daily, it looks good. It looks like it's trying to, push it higher. On the 4 hour, it looks good as well to me. We did a liquidity grab here, and now we're slowly pushing up. So there's a couple of 4 hours to gain. I'm aiming for this. Once we gain this, I'm going to TP here, and then I'll look for a pullback. This could just go, I know. But I think I'm going to TP there. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I seriously appreciate anyone who used the referral link and anyone who comes to my stream. I'll try to stream today, put the emotion aside. It's really hard to, when you lose this much money. I don't want to, give you guys a headache by talking about this. This is supposed to be just a video for analysis, and I'll just hold it right there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. And use my referral link down below in the description, and come to my stream, by the way. Until next time, stay safe, stay green. I would say Bitcoinio towards the moon today. We're talking about 108, not today, but I think it's coming. Thank you guys. Peace.